Can you hear me? Can you hear me or no? Sorry. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you. Hi.
Okay. Hello. I was just saying, like, when I first got on, it was like this, like just my head.
You look nice. Are you off to something?
No, I just was like, I'm taking a shower this morning. I am getting dressed.
Good for you.
Yes. I'm going to shut my door real quick in case my hubby's home.
Okay. How are things?
Good, good. We've just had it's all good stuff, but we've had a lot going on. Like,
You're selling your house?
We were up until this weekend. We were totally on this path to sell the house and to open his pitching academy, which he still will, but he was like, I don't think that the timing's right. I really feel like we need to wait one more season, and then kind of figure out where we want to go. The other investor is slow to kind of get going, and so with the building and all of that, and so he was like, I just feel like that's kind of God's way of saying, slow down, take your time on this. You don't have to rush this. You have a great business. And at first I thought, okay, maybe it's just him not wanting to step up and push through. But we talked a lot about it, and that's not it. It's really he started a new job too, so that's kind of part of it. And so it was like we had this whole plan, right? And we're like, pivot.
That kind of stuff is so stressful. Good for you. It sounds like you have a good attitude about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, I've had my last week was like a meltdown city, but this week I'm just trying. It's all how it's supposed to be. Like it's not a wrong. Like this is all good stuff. It's not like we're trying to figure out what chemo treatment for him or something. You know what I mean? Like it's all.
God, have you watched the Gleason?
Oh
my God, it's Scott Gleason, the guy who has ALS. He played for New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
Oh my God, it is like I was just sitting there like crying.
Yeah, I have a friend who has ALS, and literally, there's pictures of her 4 years ago, and vibrant, working out, and then now she is literally on a breathing, and can't. Yeah. So I think about those things, and I just like put what I'm doing in perspective, because it's I'm pushing and things are good, but it's ultimately,
Such a balance, right? Because it's like you have to feel what you feel and be stressed, right, and let it like not minimize that it's like moving or potentially moving is a big deal. And they're heavy stuff, but they're not. You're right. I mean, they're not chemo.
Right.
It's a good balance to think about those thoughts.
Well, that's today. You might catch me tomorrow, and that might be a sobbing mess in the corner.
I know.
But I'm trying to practice what I preach too. I'm trying to walk it out and really practice, the tools that I have, and keeping, like, visualizing the positive sides of this, and visualizing and not getting caught up in like the outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I think it's supposed to look like. Right. I feel like that is where we get tripped up, is when I'm like, well, thinking, okay, we had to be on this, we started this path, I've been talking about it, this is my focus, and then to like totally pivot, but be at peace with that. I'm really working to try to fight through that desire to say, yeah, but this is what we've been doing, so we have to continue on that path. Right. If it's not the right path, then it's better that we course correct now than go all the way down the path and then go, oh, wait a minute, this is, it's that discernment and that balance. Yeah, it's that balance.
Yeah, totally is. So I'd love to talk about what you're up to now, and then do more of a, thank you for the testimonial, by the way.
Oh,
Appreciate it. And then I'd love to get just more of like a formal video.
okay.
And then give me any feedback about the program or things that, because you know the good thing is that you guys are in the program, and I'm going to launch it again, and I'm going to add new things based on people's feedback, and you guys are going to get all that. So, you know, being as honest as possible as things that were missing or things that you felt like could have been more or less or what have you, all that goes into this next cohort. And so,
and we've talked about this before, and this is the hard part about this, is that I don't feel like I gave my best to the program. So it's hard for me to like critique it from a perspective of having really been, you know what I mean? Like having really been all into it. So I almost like I need to go through it again to really give you the good feedback, you know?
right.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And you can definitely do that in the future. It's not a one-time ask.
Yeah.
Anything that comes up, or if there's anything that we could have done to keep you, I think yours was probably life-changing things, but.
Yeah, mine was, I don't think mine was not a lack of, like, you weren't providing me with what I needed at all. It was totally completely a timing thing. Like, it really had ramped up. Right when we started, I had gotten that investment, you know, that investor. And so it just was like timing. It wasn't like, I feel like what I got was really good. But I feel like I wasn't as there as I could have been.
Right. Well, and that's why you have this next cohort. You can participate in things, or you know, as you're sort of. So tell me State of the Union right now for you, and where you're at, and
say that again. Sorry, you cut out.
Tell me sort of State of the Union.
Oh.
And hi, Beth.
Hello.
Thanks for talking to us today about becoming a mental training coach, which is now Mental Training Entrepreneur Bootcamp. You are president and CEO. What do we call you? Sports Mom United.
President, CEO, founder.
Yeah, the boss. Of it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So anybody that's interested in sportsmomunited.com?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sports Moms sportsmomsunited.com.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about where you are now, having gone through becoming a mental training coach in the 6-month program. And, you know, how has this impacted your life? What has it meant to you and your family?
Yeah. That's the evolution of me.
First time we have.
6 months, right? And I'm going to start kind of at the beginning of, you know, when I first wanted to join the program. And I knew that becoming a mental training coach was something that I wanted to do at some point. I'm really interested in the brain and how it works. And I was an athlete, and I didn't have, I wish I would have had somebody talking to me about mindset, because I would have, obviously we would have done things differently, because my brain would have been wired up a little bit differently. And I knew that I didn't want other athletes to go through that, even my own little athletes. You know, I went through it as an athlete. My kids are athletes. I was thinking I need to kind of be prepared for when they have those mindset questions. And so I knew, and I also wanted to teach that to other athletes. And so I knew at some point this was something I wanted to do, but I was scared, as we often are, to really just, where do you even start with that? You know, like, I want to do this. I know I have some skills in this area, but where do I even go? So when your training program came up, I'm like, yes, I'm the perfect person for this. But I don't know about investing in myself that much. I'd never invested in a program like that for myself, even though I know how valuable it is, because I know coaches have coaches, right? You have to have that. But I was like, I don't know, you know, is this really for me? And so, so I started just really with fear and kind of like, oh, how's this going to go? And the 6 months, I feel like I knew some of the entrepreneurial stuff, but I didn't really have that mental, like, actual framework for teaching, you know, mental mindset and all that. So you gave me a framework for that, and that gave me confidence. So like I would never have taken that step had I not, had you not had this program. I wouldn't have. I would be sitting here going, gosh, I wish I would have done that.
Yeah.
And even though I may not be where I would want to be, I'm getting ready to work with some athletes here soon. And even though maybe I would have already liked to have my website up and all of this done, I have confidence that I can do this now. Whereas if I had not started the program, I would be in the same exact spot I was 6 months ago going, this is something I know I want to do, but I don't know how to do it. And I don't even know where to start. So you gave me not only a little gentle nudge, good, but also all the tools to gain confidence with not only the business side of it, but also, being able to teach it, which was where I felt that I didn't feel very, very strong in. So you have just this wealth of knowledge and all these resources that you share with us. So that's huge. That's huge.
And as you build your business, how much do you think that's going to help you? Is, a lot of what we talk about, right, is like saving time, right? And like anybody, this is not rocket science. People can do this on their own, but it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
Talk about how that's affected your sort of outlook on building your business.
And I was building Sports Moms United in conjunction with, working with you. And so yes, it takes a long time. And there was times when I wish in my Sports Moms United business, I would have had somebody come alongside me and say, here's what you can do because I've been there and I've done that. And I know, and that's exactly what you did. You're like, here's some tools. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Here's some tools to help you, and you can move ahead instead of me spending hours and hours and hours trying to Google it. You're there with these resources that are amazing, saying here's what you can do. So that's priceless for a business owner. It is. I mean, it moves you ahead. Yes, I could figure it all out, but why would I do that? There's somebody else who can help me, move it along quicker.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, so finally, what, there's a Beth sitting there trying to figure out if they should do the program and timing and kids, and the kids are starting school and they have a job or don't have a job, and like all these things, all these reasons to not do it. What would you tell, a friend that's in that situation about this program?
Yeah. I would say at the time that I said yes to the program, there was a lot going on. I was really trying to ramp up my Sports Moms United business. And if you looked at the picture on paper, you would have said, don't do that. That's too much to put on your plate. Why would you do that? But I felt so, after talking to you and knowing your track record of helping athletes and your resources, I felt really confident going in with everything I had on my plate that I was still going to really get what I needed out of it. And I think every person is going to get what they need out of it when they go through it. So regardless of your circumstances, because there's no, and we say this about everything, there's no good time for anything because we've always got everything going on. So and having a group of people doing it with you, having the other, that's
awesome. Yeah.
Priceless to have another group cheering you on, experiencing the same things that you're experiencing, the same fears, so that you're not, you could do this alone and you could fight through all the fears that come along with it, but to get on a call with a bunch of other coaches who are going through the same thing and experiencing the same fears and going, okay, I'm not alone. And we can talk through how to do this.
Yeah.
That's priceless. That's really, that kind of sealed the deal for me for the 6 months. Just, looking forward to getting on a call and getting your wisdom, but also getting the wisdom of all the folks going through at the same time.
Yeah. And would you do it again?
Absolutely. In a heartbeat.
Well,
I'm gonna
Beth,
try to sneak in.
well, I mean, everybody that's been in the first cohort is welcome to join in.
Yeah. No, you'll see my face in there.
Yeah, because you guys do support each other and hold each other accountable, and that's been such a cool part of it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, the community of others going through the program was really like, there's sometimes where I was just like, I just want to get on a call just to be in community with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
And everybody with such, like we talked about earlier, just like a good heart. Like everybody wants to help athletes and coaches.
Yes.
Like, yes, we're making money, we're running businesses, that's part of it, but everybody's trying to help.
Yes. Yeah, at the heart of it, of everyone in the program, there was just a desire to help in whatever niche they chose, because different people chose different niches, but it's just a heart to serve. And that is that energy around that was really cool.
Yeah, good. Well, Beth, I'm so proud of you. Was so happy to have you in the program. Look forward to your continued contributions and also continuing to support you with Sports Moms United and your mental training business.
Thank you.